Beer in Review. My name's Paul.
I'm Joe.
And so, Joe, we've got the Mikkeller Windy Hill New England Style IPA. What do you think about this?
I think it's mild compared to a lot of the, I guess you would call it the infusion of the market. Some are
With
not.
the any IPAs?
Yes, I think that some of them are over the top, juicy, and really citrusy, which is a good thing. But sometimes you want a classic kind of like finish, which is this one has a nice bitter. But I don't think it's overly like pungent or anything.
So it's not a juice bomb?
It's definitely.
I'm kind of over the juice bombs. You know, I like that flavor, and it's not going anywhere. Every brewery in America is making a New England IPA, but you know, the overly citrusy, tropical juice bomb, orange juice looking beer. But this isn't that. You know, I think this is actually pretty balanced. 7% alcohol, 70 IBUs. I checked out Untappd. It's got an average 4.0 rating. I think that's fair.
I mean,
Mikkeller's pretty consistent. I mean, they've got a ton of varieties. If you see it on the shelf, it's got that really signature can art. You know, even if you're not a fan of the style so much, pick it off the shelf and you probably won't be disappointed, you know?
And to your point about the can art, it seems like the style of beers, unfortunately, some people I think are more drawn to lately the way the cans look than sometimes maybe the quality of the beer. But that's okay, you know.
But this is the exception to the rule.
Yes,
right?
this is what it is, because we have another one we may try in the future out of Hamilton, Ontario called Collective Arts. They are also known as having quality beers, and they can back it up. Quality looking cans for quality beer, and usually not a miss.
Yeah. So there's substance to the style.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's a good point. What do you think about this? It's hazy, unfiltered. You know, you can't see through it. No lights passing through this thing. I mean, it's, you know, if you put it in front of somebody, it looks like a light, you know, sort of watered down orange juice.
In my experience in looking at other people's reviews or talking with other beer guys and girls, ladies, that usually a good beer, if it has a lot of lacing, that means it's a quality. It's usually meaning that the grains or it's hops. I don't really know. It's something I have to learn more. Usually I do remember that it's been suggested that it has a lot of lacing left on it, that it's a quality ingredients it's using.
Okay. Yeah, that's something you study even when you're drinking wine or whiskey or, you know, that kind of thing.
And another thing I'm noticing is that this beer wasn't overly cold. Sometimes as we go and we buy, maybe we would go to a bottle shop or a share that we've never done. You know, if you guys have done that, you'll get warm beers, but you want to try to drink it right away. But you want to drink it so warm, so you put it in the freezer or in the refrigerator. You would cool it down quicker. And I sometimes find that to be, you don't really get a true flavor sometimes, depending on, especially I believe with IPAs. Certain varieties, I actually enjoy them, and I think this one will taste better as it gets warmer. I've witnessed that in sometimes of these New England styles, the ones that are a little more juicy, or they had a citrus background, I guess. Sometimes when they're colder, I don't pick up the pineapple in that, as Paul was mentioning, or tropical flavors or mangoes. But a little bit as it has warmed a little bit, I have taken that. This one doesn't hit me right away with any kind of like aroma. And usually when you crack a beer right away, and even if you don't pour it, sometimes the aromas will take over right away. And sometimes they don't match up with the flavor. But in general, this one doesn't need the aromatic to make it better. I think it's a good, as we were talking before we went on camera, I think it was a very nice, well-balanced IPA, New England style. You know, I think this would be a bang for your buck. This would be probably a $7 to $8 can, I would believe, probably at any local bottle shop, depending on its availability.
This was $5, I believe.
With $5?
Yeah.
This is probably from the West Coast.
So it's a good value too.
Yeah.
San Diego, yeah.
It could be from maybe that it's, the market has been more availability, so it does drop the price sometimes too.
Well, this is warming up. It's very drinkable. You know, I like this every bit now as when we cracked it. So, final verdict. You like this beer, I like this beer, drink it or sink it.
I say we drink it,
I say we drink it as well.
and it's very crushable, as they would say.
So cheers.
Cheers.